So it seemed the allegations against Ravi Zacharias are true. So should we stop listening to his videos, reading his books? I'll give you my take next. What's going on, mi gente? Welcome back to this journey, and if you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button, press that like button, and let us get on with the topic at hand, which at this moment is Ravi Zacharias. Now, who is Ravi Zacharias? Ravi Zacharias is the person that started RZIM Ministries. It bear his name, Ravi Zacharias International Ministries. Ravi Zacharias was known as one of the greatest apologetics of our time. I will have to say that because of Ravi Zacharias, I got into apologetics wholeheartedly, heavily, which I would say that is the branch that I matriculate in. I love apologetics. I love reading apologetics. I love sharing the gospel through the lens of apologetics. And he played a huge role along with R.C. Sproul, a person that also has passed away and is no longer here with us. But both of those gentlemen played a huge role in my life in expanding my relationship with Jesus Christ. But at this moment, Ravi Zacharias passed away last year in May, and it was a very, very sad moment for me because once again, his teachings, his lessons, his videos, his books really shaped my walk with Christ. It allowed me to share the gospel with so many people around me, with people at my job, with people at my church. It has allowed me to defend the faith that I proclaim on a daily basis and proclaim it pretty good, I would say, till this moment. But his ministry has been caught in a sexual scandal. It has been found that the allegations that have been placed forth before him against his name have become true. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into the details of these allegations. You can find them online and find out exactly what these allegations are. But what I want to tackle on today is, now that these allegations have come forth, and these allegations are very, very strong, very, very powerful, very, very hurtful. There are a couple of people within his ministry that has been hurt by the things that have come out, by the things that have been said about their leader. So what do we do about this at this moment? Some people are calling for the removal of his name, removal of RZIM from the ministry. Some people are calling for the board of elect to step down because they're saying most likely they knew that this was going on and they didn't do anything about it, or just decided overall that, you know what, we're not going to address this. Some people are calling for the removal of his books online, in bookstores, from bookshelves all over, worldwide. And understandably so, because so many people, as myself, as I began to read more and more about this, have found themselves hurt because this is a man that we basically looked up to. This is a person that I, coming up, looked up to as a man, as a humble man, a person that loved Jesus, a person that loved God and defended the gospel with all his heart, all his might, all his soul. But one thing that I have learned in this journey, and not to say or not to condone the actions that he did, because truth be told, all these things are alleged at this moment, but if they are found to be true, something has to be done for the victims, these young ladies that were the victims of these heinous misconducts on behalf of Ravi. Something has to be done for them because these acts, if they're found to be true, are very heinous, very bad, awful acts. But at this moment, what I want to address is, should we stop listening to his teachings? Should we stop watching his videos? Should we stop reading his books? And my answer to that is, for me personally, is no. Why is it a no? because Ravi Zacharias did not talk about himself as being my God. Ravi Zacharias pointed to Jesus, pointed to the perfect one. Now, something that I found out doing some digging, going through history, some of the greatest men and some of the greatest theologians that we proclaim at this moment, like George Whitefield, like a Jonathan Edwards, these two were for slavery. These two were proponents of slavery. Something that we know at this time of day that is very, very bad. They lobbied for slavery to continue to happen in the South because they, as landowners, would benefit from it. And these are the two men that are credited as being the greatest preachers during the Great Awakening of the gospel within America. A person that we consider the prince of preaching in the 19th, 20th century, C.A. Spurgeon. We found out, we know, it is known that C.A. Spurgeon was a drinker and a smoker. Not only C.A. Spurgeon, but also C.S. Lewis. Samuel Adams, the person that there's a beer named after him, was considered a great man of God, yet these men used to drink. And the reason I bring that up is because in some circles nowadays, those things are considered a sin. So that means that C.S. Spurgeon, C.S. Lewis, Jonathan Edwards, George Whitefield would not be standing in some people's altars on today. But yet we can go back to their teachings, to their sermons, and see Christ in it, see the light of Jesus in it. And now, not comparing what has happened with Ravi Zacharias to what these men did, but what I'm trying to say is Ravi sinned greatly. So as these men in certain circles, these men sinned, but yet they didn't point to themselves. They pointed to the one that is perfect, to the one that is holy, to the one that had no blemish, to the one that they found no fault in. That's who they pointed to, not themselves. I didn't praise Ravi Zacharias. I didn't worship Ravi Zacharias. I worship the one whom he proclaimed. I don't worship C.H. Spurgeon. I love reading his sermons. I don't worship those guys. I worship the one whom they proclaim, which is Jesus Christ, which is the one that was found without blemish, the one that was before Pilate, and Pilate said, I find no fault in this man. That's the one that I proclaim. The one that I proclaim was hung on the cross with no fault in him, perfect in all his ways, to the point that the thief that was on his side said, you know what? We deserve what we are receiving right now. We deserve the punishment that we have, but this one that is being crucified with us does not deserve what he is getting. I worship the one that told us, that let us know, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through me. I worship the one that says, my sheep hear my voice, and they listen, and they follow me. That's whom the one I worship. That's whom the one I follow. Men are going to fail. I am going to fail. I have failed before, but I don't point to myself. I point to the one that lives in me, for it is no longer I that live, but Christ that lives in me. Because there is no way that I can present myself before a holy God and seem unblemished. But I worship the one that laid down his life, the good shepherd that laid down his life for me. So now that when I present myself before God, he doesn't see me, but he sees the blood of Christ, that it's covering me. That's whom the one I worship. So in his books, in his lessons, in his teachings, is he talking about himself or is he talking about Jesus? As a matter of fact, at this moment, I am teaching a Bible study to our young people on Jesus among other gods. And in that one instance, is he talking about following his footsteps? The same way the Apostle Paul said, be imitators of me because I am an imitator of Christ. I imitate him. I don't imitate myself. I don't follow myself. I don't think that I'm going to reach enlightenment, but I follow the one that can give me hope. I follow the one that can take me out of the situations that I'm in, clean me, cleanse me, make me new again so I can live for him, in him. I follow the one that saw me when I was dirty as a miry clay. He picked me up and he gave me form. That's whom the one that I follow. So am I upset about what happened with Ravi? Yes, I am. But am I following Ravi or am I following the teachings that he has given? Not about himself, but towards the Christ that cleanses the sin of the world. That's whom I'm going to continue to listen. And if he's going to continue to bless my life the way that it has before, his name can be removed, but his teachings on Jesus, that is the key. And that's whom I'll continue to follow. Because, as I said before, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. And no one will get to Yahweh, Jehovah God, if not through him. So he has failed you as a man? Okay, no problem. But continue to walk your path with Christ. Continue to walk your path with Jesus. So then at the end of it all, you can receive your crown of glory. If you have made it this far into the video, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button, press that like button, and share this content with whomever you think this is going to be a blessing to. So at this moment, be blessed, be encouraged, and if the sky is the limit, then reach for the stars. God bless you. God keep you.